All right, quick video today, but it's going to be straight to the point, very, very effective and very important. So listen up. All right, we're going to talk about 4 ways you're going to lose fat faster. Now, like I said, faster, not impossibly at a ridiculous rate. A lot of you guys think that you can lose. I see you guys with the dumb comments about oh, just fast. No, no, no. There's no fasting in this shit. Fasting is that shit is goofy. Listen, you just have to be in a calorie deficit. You do not have to fast. If you fast, you're gonna feel like you're starving. You're gonna overeat. You're gonna binge. Right? It's not the fact that you're fasting. It's the fact that you're in a deficit. I know you guys say, oh, your testosterone and growth hormone go up by 400,000. No, no, it doesn't. All right. Now, keeping it straightforward, like I said, all you got to do is stay in a deficit. Very, very simple shit. Do not overcomplicate the process. All right. Do not and do not comment something about keto or fasting if you're fat as shit. I'm not listening to you. All right. I'm not listening to you. All right. Anyways, one of the most important factors that you have to realize when it comes to losing fat faster is that it requires more discipline. Now, the reason I want to talk about this is because a lot of people start and stop, you know, diets and they start and stop shit so much, right? And or they kind of half-ass their diet and they do good in the gym, and then they're like, dude, I'm not getting the results I want to. The more seriously you take your goals, the more seriously you take your nutrition, your workouts, and your sleep, the more you set boundaries and prioritize those things, the faster you'll get to your goals. So here's the thing. There's a lot of people that have been in the gym for 4 to 6 months and they drop like 15 to 20% body fat, and people are looking at them like, oh my god, are they on steroids? They look crazy, right? You know what I mean? Because they made a huge difference versus those people who have been in the gym for 10 years. They haven't taken their goals seriously, so they've been doing keto right before you know, a wedding, doing it before a cruise, but they haven't been consistent with their nutrition. All right, they've been working out, building some muscle, but they haven't been consistent with their nutrition. So they look the same that they've always looked for the past 10 years. We all see those people at the gym. All right, and I've talked to a lot of you guys on the phone too, and you guys are like, "Yeah, man, I wanna, I wanna lock, I wanna lock in. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready." And you look the same you did 2 years ago. That's like some phone calls I had 2 years ago, a year ago. People are like, "Yeah, man, I'm ready to lock in. I'm ready to lock in." And guess what? They just never lock in. That's the normal person. All right, that's the average person. The average person is just always gonna say shit and never gonna do shit. Let's just keep it a bean, right? By the way, if you're really locked in, ready to lock in for real, get lean. Link is in the description. Anyways, so when you're trying to get lean faster, you're gonna have to take your goals very, very seriously. You're gonna have to lock the fuck in, right? You have to be more disciplined. Now, 100% of your nutrition is gonna have to be whole foods, fruits, vegetables, not the processed foods. All the processed foods and stuff like that will make you feel way more deficient in nutrients because you will be deficient in nutrients. You'll feel way more tired, sluggish. You'll lose some muscle, right? You'll feel burnt out sooner, and you're probably gonna have to do like refeed days or more maintenance breaks because you're not getting enough vitamins and minerals, and it'll be less sustainable in the first place. So you have to make sure that while you're in a deficit, since you have limited amount of calories anyways, that you're eating high quality foods. All right, you're eating the avocados, the salmon, the whole eggs, the steak, the fruits, the vegetables, the kale, spinach, all that stuff. You're getting quality nutrients. All right, like I just said, you want to prioritize your protein intake, of course. It's going to be very, very important to make sure you maintain your muscle mass. And since your calorie intake is going to be low, like I just said, you're going to want to maintain as much muscle as possible. So 1 gram per pound lean body mass or body weight. It's up to you. Lean body mass tends to be easier to do just because we have less lean body mass than we have body weight generally. And it gives you a little bit more wiggle room with your nutrition. Make sure you're eating a lot of vegetables because they'll keep you satiated, but they also have a lot of vitamins and nutrients, right? And they're super low calories as well. You don't want to be nutrient deficient. If you are low in vitamin D or vitamin B or iron, you're going to feel like absolute shit. You're going to get headaches. You're going to feel tired. If you're low in, some magnesium or some potassium, sodium, you're going to have cramps, headaches, weakness, all that shit, right? So a lot of times people are like, yeah, man, the diet was too hard. It's like, no, the way you approached it was horrible. You cut out all nutrients. You cut too many calories, and that's why you weren't able to sustain the deficit. All right. There's not going to be any room, by the way, to incorporate goofy shit like Rice Krispies and Pop Tarts. All right. So when you're serious about a cut, if you've seen people's results and you're like, oh my god, how did they get the results with their steroids? Or you see like a lot of people saw me get lean, like get to that next level lean and have veins and shit. They're like, oh my god, what do you do? He has steroids. I took my nutrition seriously and I was more intentional with my nutrition workouts and sleep than most people are. That is why I got those results. All right. Like I said, intention is very, very important. All right, your activity level. Now, if you are very sedentary, you can aim for 10K steps a day. I tend to stick around the 2 to 5K range, but guess what? My nutrition's on point, right? But if you want to increase your NEAT, then you can aim for about 10K steps per day. That'll help you, increase your NEAT and make it a little bit easier for you to lose some fat. And this is obviously, like I said, If your nutrition is going to be perfect, it's going to be on point, and you're going to adjust your nutrition accordingly based on your steps, and that's cool. All right. But if you don't want to drop your calories too aggressively, then you can do some extra steps. Now, don't get 20K and 25K steps and do overkill, because when you're in a deficit, you're not going to be able to recover if you're doing 25 fucking K steps. I know a lot of you guys are like, oh, I'm going to do 40K steps. You're not going to recover. You're going to lose muscle. All right. When you lose muscle, your metabolism slows down. All right. And now you're going to have a higher body fat percentage because you lost muscle. Simple. Moving around daily, even when it's a rest days, is going to increase your activity level, your NEAT, like I said, which is going to account to 15 to 25% of your total daily expenditure. All right, another thing you want to do is prioritize resistance training. Like I said, you got to prioritize it. You got to make sure you're still lifting heavy. Do not lower your rep range. Do not lower the weights. I know you guys feel like it all the time. Look at that demon back. But I know you guys feel like it all the time. And by the way, all this muscle was built when I was in main gain and surpluses, and then when you cut down, because I'm still lifting heavy, because I'm still barbell rowing 245, and I'm still dumbbell rowing 110s, and I'm still doing lat pull downs with the whole stack. That's why I am maintaining my muscle mass. All right, if you lower the weight, you're not going to maintain your muscle mass, and then you're not going to have the muscle you want when you get leaner. All right, focus on strength training. Strength training is key. Like I said, the more muscle you have, the more fat you burn at rest. So if you lose muscle in the process, like a significant amount, your metabolism will slow down, your body composition will suffer. Gym, because you're losing fat faster, definitely 5 to 6 times a week, right? Like the leanest people I know, they go to the gym 5 to 6 times a week, or they're active daily. You know what I mean? Like if they don't work out for one day, their rest day is like going to the park, not really counting their steps, but kind of going to the park and just enjoying nature and being outside, being active, just keeping that activity level up, right? That is the leanest people I know. It's always 5 to 6 days. All right. Now, obviously, you're gonna work your way up to that, but this is just for people who have been in the gym for a while and they've looked the same for the past 10 years, which is literally 95% of people that are in the gym. They just look the same for years. All right, supplements and water intake. Obviously, a gallon of water a day, not negotiable. It's easy. Don't say, oh, I don't like the taste of water. Well, I don't like the taste of being fat as shit. All right. So I'm gonna drink whatever and do whatever I have to do to get to my goals. All right. You are not in a position to negotiate. All right. If you're out of shape, you're overweight, you're not in a position to negotiate. Now I know you guys always ask me about supplements. Honestly, caffeine and pre-workout are pretty much the best. Yohimbine and carnitine can assist fat loss, obviously. You can take some ashwagandha for cortisol and all that stuff. But in reality, a lot of you guys want supplements and you guys want specific diets and you guys don't do the basic shit like eat high protein and eat in the deficit, so you're not going to get results anyways. All right, so don't focus so much on like, wait, I would have got better results if I took creatine. No, you're eating like shit. You got to fix your nutrition first. Don't drink juices, sodas. Don't drink any liquid calories. If you really crave soda, just drink some Diet Coke. It's that simple. All right. If you crave liquor consistently, go to a detox. You're an alcoholic. Very, very simple. All right. If you crave juices, they even have 0 calorie juice, but just drink water, bro. Or put some. You can put some amino acids because they have flavor and they don't really work, but they have flavor. BCAAs, they have flavor, or you can put some electrolytes or something like that in your drinks. All right. Now, that's how simple it is. Those are the 4 things you need to focus on. It wasn't that difficult. Like I said, I made this video because there are too many of you guys that are in the fucking gym and you look the damn same. And then you see someone come in the gym and, 6 months later that person's lean and you're like, well, that's not fair. He's on steroids or it's genetics. It's because they were intentional with what they had to do. Link is in the description if you're serious about getting lean. Like I said, it's a quick, short video. Y'all have a blessed day.